If you're in a position to retire today, would you hand your resignation in straight away, or would you decide to continue working? It's quite interesting because a friend of mine posed this question to me earlier this week, and it really made me stop and think seriously about what I would do if I was in that position and I could retire now. And I had to visualize what that would look like. And I actually didn't like it. I'm not ready to retire. And I really had to really think about the reasons why I wouldn't be ready to retire. And I'm going to go through those today. So you might find some of these interesting, and you might resonate with some of these reasons if you've sort of thought about that. So stay with me and I'll be going through all of those. So one of the reasons that I probably wouldn't retire, I'm not ready to retire yet, is that I think that I would actually be quite bored. I think 7 days a week, 24/7 of just being free to, having all of this free time on my hands. I think that I think it would be a novelty at first, and I would find that I would have so much fun during the day and catching up with people I haven't seen for a while, and going out here and there and just having fun, and just waking up in the morning and not going to work and making a cup of tea and going back to bed, and all these sort of things. Just getting out in the garden, and just this novelty of having all this time on my hands. But I think after a while I would actually start getting a little bit bored. I know what I'm like. I need to be busy, and I would struggle day in, day out with finding things to do. And I know you can join communities and do community groups and activities and things like that, but to me that's not enough to fill my days. The other one is I find that a lot of people, when they retire, have to budget a lot more, and they probably, some of them, not all of them, but a lot of them find that they can't do the things that they used to do. They don't have the freedom to do that because their money has to stretch throughout their retirement years. And I really don't like the thought of that. I like earning money. I like to know that I've got money to spend or save or invest, which is what I do. I don't have any debt. I invest all the time, consistently, and save money. And I just like to know that if I want to go away or if I want to do something, then I can do that. I don't have to worry or make my money stretch for me through retirement, because I'm not working anymore. So that really does put me off. And I find that, as I said, a lot of retirees have to really seriously sort of look at their money and make sure that it will sort of last them throughout their years of retirement. And that just doesn't sit well with me. I really enjoy that freedom. I have no debt, and I really enjoy that freedom of, while I'm still working, I've got money coming in, and it's not a bad salary at all. So I'm not willing to give that up just yet. And it also means that the longer I work and earn money, the more I can invest and save, so that when I actually do eventually slow down, I'm in a pretty good position to be able to see out my retirement years, I guess. So that's, to me, that's really important. Also, with community groups, and I know there's so many. I mean, I work in local government, and I know that in all of our community halls there's all sorts of activities, yoga and fitness groups and painting and chess and bridge, and just all sorts of pottery, all sorts of sort of groups that you can get involved in, and they're fantastic. But I'm also not ready to do that. If I was retired, I don't really want to have to fill my days being involved in groups just to make sure that I've got social connection and activities to do to keep me from being bored or doing nothing at home. I've got nothing against them. I think they're fantastic, but I'm not ready to do that kind of thing just yet. I think that I'm still enjoying work and challenges and things like that. So I'm not ready to sort of slow down and go into that sort of phase of doing craft groups and all that kind of thing. Eventually I will, but not right now in my life. I'm also concerned about losing structure in my life. and just slowly sliding into this sort of less structured lifestyle that can come with retirement. At the moment, I'm up at 5 o'clock. I go to work. I'm very, very structured in what I do, with sort of keeping the house clean and washing and just things that I have to do because I don't have a great deal of time working full time. So I have to be really, quite incredibly structured throughout my sort of life, I guess. And I actually like that. I like the structure. And I guess I worry that as I slip into that retirement, that that structure will slowly sort of fade away, or I'll become less structured. And I don't think I'm like that anyway. Like I'm pretty good with structure, but I sort of think, oh, I don't want to be sort of become the person sitting at home on the lounge watching TV, or just getting a little bit lazier as time goes by, not as active. I don't think I would, knowing my personality, but that sort of concerns me a little bit. I'd hate to sort of slip into that, I guess. I'd have to be really quite disciplined and have that self-awareness to not allow that to happen. So that's a big one for me as well. So while I'm working, I do maintain that structure in my life, and it makes me do that. So yeah, that's good for me at the moment. So it works. And I'm just not ready to stop working altogether. I really like my job. I guess I can understand like some people that are just really looking forward to retirement, and they've been in a job that they for a while and they absolutely hate it, but they think they're at an age where they they're too old to jump to another job, and they've only got a few years to go until they hit their retirement age, so therefore they're just going to see this out, but still every day going into work and absolutely hating it. So I can understand why people are just really, really look forward to their retirement based on that as well. And I think that I just couldn't imagine being in that situation. I have to work in a job that I really like, otherwise I just couldn't do it. But that's just me. But fortunately, I really, really like my work. I enjoy going to work. I like what I do. And I've got a really good team of people that I work with. So to me, I've got no stress. As soon as I walk out of the office, I leave work behind. I don't bring it home. I don't even think about it, actually. It's just, it's just not a thought. So it's not a stressful thing at my age to be doing. So I'm quite happy going to work and just, I'm still challenged. My role's pretty full on at times. But I really enjoy it. It's different to other roles I've done where I've been really highly stressed, but this one's different. So I'm not ready to give that up. I think that if I were to, if anything, instead of retiring, as I get older, I might drop a few days and just work a couple of days a week. So I've still got that. Interaction, with work. I'm still being challenged, and it's not. I'm just sort of slowing down a bit, I guess, but not fully giving up work. So that really appeals to me down the track. So you've still got your sort of foot in the door a little bit, and not entirely stopping. And a few people do that. I know they sort of start pulling back and sort of getting ready for retirement, but still working a couple of days a week. So that's kind of the path I reckon that I will take at this stage, instead of just going, that's it, time to retire and fully just give up work. I can't see myself doing that sort of cold turkey. It'd have to be ease into it a bit and just sort of start giving up days and just ease into it. So at the moment I really enjoy work. I'm not ready to retire from that. And I'm not ready to slow down. I actually enjoy being busy. And I know you can be busy in retirement, and I've got friends who say that they're busier now than what they were when they were working. But I like being busy. I like filling my days with activities, whether it's work or away from work. I really enjoy having a full life. I still like my downtime, and I love my sleep. But I do enjoy being busy. I think it's really healthy for me anyway. So I don't want to relax. I'm not wanting to sort of lay around and relax or sort of step back into relaxation. I'm definitely not ready for that. And the last thing is, and this is a big one for me, and it's more psychological, I guess, but that's just me, is that the thought of retirement makes me think that I'm in the last phase of my life and I'm just not ready for that. And I don't know how you feel about that or whether you've thought about that, and I know it's just psychological, but that's how I think. Like, I just think, wow, once I fully give up work and I'm never going to go back, I'm in that last phase of my life. Like, this is it. And to me, that's a bit of a scary thought. I don't want to think like that. So it doesn't mean I'm hanging on to work because of that, because as I said before in my earlier points, I really enjoy it and I'm just not ready. But I'm just not ready to step into that next phase, because that's kind of it then. You know, I mean, I know you can go back to work and people come out of retirement and go back to work. I get that, but it's just, to me, it's sort of going into that next phase, the last phase of your life. And yeah, it's a little bit scary, I think, a little bit confronting to me. So I don't know how you feel about that. Let me know if you've ever thought about retiring as being like that. It's probably crazy, but that's just me. That's the way I think. So yeah, that sort of plays on my mind a little bit. But also the fact that I just feel still really good. I've got energy. I don't have any illnesses or aches and pains. You know, like I can still touch my toes and I can still, you know, I'm quite fit and I've just got energy, and I'm just not ready to slow down. And I don't think I will be for a while, unless something happens. Like, you just never know what's around the corner. But the way I'm feeling right now at this moment is that I just feel so switched on. I'm not burnt out at all. I don't feel burnt out. I'm still enjoying challenges. I'm being challenged at work. I'm still learning new things at work. And I'm just really enjoying my life and everything that I'm doing. So that just goes to show, when I did think about, you know, my friend that basically, you know, that asked me that question and I had to think about it. I'm not ready for retirement. I'm 63 years old and I'm not ready for retirement yet. I wouldn't do it. Even if I had was set up where I could, I don't see myself doing it just yet. By the time I'm 67, which is sort of our retirement, well, not really retirement age, but where you can get the social security and things like that, the pension, maybe so. That's still 4 years away. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it, knowing me. But yeah, it just goes to show, when you think like that, I would hate it. If I had to retire, if I retired tomorrow, I wouldn't like it. So everyone's different, because I know that there's a lot of you out there who've been responding to some of my videos, and I know that you're sort of feeling burnt out, and for whatever reason, you know, whether it's health or whatever, you're really looking forward to retirement. And everyone's different, so there's no right or wrong. It's up to the individual and where they are in their life at that point in time. So I totally get it, but for me, I'm definitely not, and I've got a way to go yet, I feel. So yeah, let me know what you think. Did any of those points resonate with you? Are you really looking forward to retirement? Or I know some of you are really happy working still, and you're sort of like me, you're feeling like I am, and really enjoying it and don't want to retire. But yeah, let me know what you think. It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. Thanks for listening.